G'day reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Welcome to Gallery Aquatica TV. Last episode of Gallery Aquatica TV, we showed you 5 corals and how we glue them into the SPS Mothership. Today is part 2. We're going to choose out another 5 corals. We're going to show you why we've chosen these corals and exactly how we glue them into the SPS Mothership. So let's have a quick chat about exactly what we're looking for corals for the SPS Mothership. We're looking for corals from our propagation room, from these 2 ponds that we have here. We're looking for things that are going to be big, large, beautiful corals that are really going to grow into the SPS Mothership over the next few years. I'm looking for things that are going to be colonies that we can frag in the future, and most importantly, just to ensure that we have a colony of that type of coral for the future, so that we can always ensure that we have them available to our customers as required. Now today we're choosing out 5 corals for the SPS Mothership, and the first one that I want to put in today is just over here. So this coral is Hydnophora or horn coral, and it's a branching type. Now it looks a little bit like an acro, but it's very, very different. And it's a coral which loves high light, and depending on how much light it gets, it actually grows in slightly different forms. This is quite a large colony, but in the past we have had huge ones, and a big colony of Hydnophora looks absolutely excellent. Now there are some things you need to know about this coral. It is a very, very stingy coral, so you need to ensure that it stays away from other corals in your tank. Anything it touches, it's going to kill. Now the other thing is that it's quite brittle, so you also need to be careful that it's not in a position where you might knock it, because bits will break off very quickly, which will then potentially float around the tank and sting something else. So we're not going to put this piece in. We've actually got a smaller frag just here, and this is the first piece today for the SPS Mothership that we're going to glue in. So this is the second coral today we're going to glue into the SPS Mothership. Now this is a red scrolling Monty, and it is definitely one of the more iffy corals that we're going to put in the tank. And the reason why I say that is it's a beautiful coral, and it really features very heavily in a lot of our clients' tanks. But the problem with it is it grows very, very quickly and can almost take over a tank if you're not careful. So we're going to put it in today because it looks awesome, and I do want big colonies of corals in the SPS Mothership, but this is probably the most important one for us to position carefully to ensure that it's not going to be a problem shading other corals in the future. So here we go, red scrolling Monty. So this is one of Gallery Aquatica's favourite corals. It's Turbinaria heronensis, and it is an awesome coral. It has probably the most unique growth form of anything. It's partly plating, partly branching. It's a really interesting coral, and it's going to be an important one for us in the SPS Mothership, because really this one colony is where we fragged almost all of our corals, our frags from in the past. And having another mother colony of this in the SPS Mothership will mean that we've just got a bit of a safety net if we happen to lose this one. Now we've got an awesome frag of it just here, and this is what we're going to glue in place. You can see this one is actually showing a bit more of the green color than this large piece. So today we're going to put in this turban into the SPS Mothership. All right. Now, this is a coral that I've never really had great success with in any of my personal tanks. It's Montipora digitata, and with a lot of Montipora, the stability of the magnesium is critical. But I think probably the mistake I make is the amount of light that I give it. I think sometimes I give it too much light, and other times not enough. And I've never really had a colony get huge. And so today we're going to put in this beautiful red Montipora digitata. because I really want to have a nice big colony of it, and I think I've got that opportunity in the SPS Mothership. So this fluoro green pocky is going to be the last one for today. Now the reason why I've chosen this one is because, well, I'd actually originally decided I wasn't going to put any pocky in this tank, in the SPS Mothership, and the reason is that pocky can become a little bit of a pest. It'll sometimes pop up in spots, it'll spawn, and you potentially can overtake it a little bit. But the reason why I'm happy with this one is because it is the best strain of pocky that we've ever had. It is the brightest green, and it won't hurt if it does get big. It's also quite tolerant of lower light, so we've got lots of options as to where we can put it in the SPS Mothership. So we have our second lot of 5 corals for the SPS Mothership. So now it's time for me to get wet. So here we are in the SPS Mothership, and it's time to glue in our corals. Now the first one that I'm going to glue in is our Hydnophora, and as I said, it really likes a lot of light. So I'm going to put it on the highest point of our structure, and to do that I'm going to need to cut the stem off the plug. So I'll do that first. And of course, I need to be careful that I don't break the coral itself, because it is very, very brittle, and this might be difficult. Whoa, that shot off. But now we've got our Hydnophora, and I know exactly where I'm going to put it. If you recall from last time we were in the SPS Mothership, we glued this Monty down on this, just here. I'm going to put the Hydnophora above it. Now the idea will be the Hydnophora will grow up, the Monty will grow out, and if they start to clash at all, if the Monty grows up, then we'll just easily frag that off. But this will be the perfect spot for our Hydnophora. Lots and lots of light. And it should be a very easy one to glue. Don't need very much given its position. That's all I'll use, and straight on. And that's it, our Hydnophora. Alright, next coral. I'm going to glue our Montipora digitata in next. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to chop off the stem of the plug. This should be easier. Yeah, I knew it would be. Alright. Now, I'm not sure where I'm going to put this. I think I'm going to put it down a little bit lower. In fact, I see a spot. I'm going to need my goggles for this one. So let me just put them on. Alright, time to go down. Alright, that's where I'm going to put it. I might have to get my Leatherman. I'll use it on the next one. Alright, here we go. Next one. Okay. I definitely think in the past I have given that digitata too much light. It's going to be a relatively low light down there, so we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't do well, we can always move it up a bit. At some point in the future, we'll look at the par that's hitting these corals. And that's definitely going to be one of the greater challenges with this system being so tall. Alright, next coral. So we've got this fluoro pocky. I'll get rid of the stem. Oh, shot. So I want to put this on its side on a vertical surface or somewhere where we wouldn't be able to keep other things. But I have to consider it might get big. Okay, I'm going to glue it in here. No, here. My idea being it'll grow out forwards and probably won't clash with anything or shade anything that we want there in the future or under it. All right, so we've got a Leatherman. This is the trick. Just get glue out of these. Okay, what a mess. All right, well, I've got glue all over me. However, the coral is nicely in place and it's time to do the next one. So the next one we're going to glue in is our red scrolling Monty. Now this is the one that's probably most important where we put it because it is going to grow very quickly. And I've thought about it a lot and I'm going to put it on this structure here. Now I wasn't going to put anything on our second bomber yet, mainly because of the lighting. However, the subdued lighting will probably be a good thing. It'll slow down the growth of our Monty, but most importantly, there's a lot of space out here in direction it can grow, and I think that will be right if we just put it right on the tip, like this. Like that. Now it's also a good opportunity to use the last of our glue because I'm going to try and get glue on here. First of all, the glue on my fingers. But it'll be relatively easy to get the last of the glue out of here. If I can... I'm really struggling here. Okay, there we go. The more glue the better in this situation, definitely. Alright. Ready? Okay. So I'll have to go down and have a look from underneath and see how well the glue has contacted both the rock and the Monty. But for now, I'll focus on doing our last piece for today. Our last piece is this turban, this hero turban, and it's probably the coral which can handle the lowest light. So I want to put it low on our structure, but it's hard to see where it's going to work. So I think I'll just go down and check it out. All right, so I've got a spot. I think it'll work, but it's going to test how much they can tolerate low light. It's going to be hard to get it in place too. So I've got a new glue. All right, let's go. I think it looks all right. Okay, I think that's it, number 10. I can't wait to see how well these corals do in these locations, and it's going to, as I said, be a real sort of test of the lighting. We've only got this single line of hydras, and this tank's 4 feet deep, 120 centimeters. So whether or not that turbine is going to survive all the way down there, 4 feet from the light, maybe 5, whether or not our red scrolling Monty is going to do well, it's probably 3 feet from the light. But I've got high hopes. We can always change the light in the future. Put some blades down the side would be awesome. But certainly for now, I'm really happy with the way our bomby is coming together. So that's it for part 2 of gluing corals into the SPS Mothership. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. We will be back for part number 3 very soon, when we glue in the final batch of 5 corals into this awesome reef tank. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing. That's it for this week's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Don't forget to like and comment on all our videos and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV for more exciting episodes to come. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!